The divisional round of the NFL is officially in the books. A couple of heartbreaks, a couple of exciting moments, but all in all, it's still a very enjoyable weekend, I will say. But before we get into recapping each game, man, just take a second and hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, leave a comment down below, and also take a second to follow us over on Instagram and Twitter. Trying to get a little more active over on those two. But yeah, man, let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the recap. To kick off the divisional round of the playoffs, we had the LA Rams traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers, in which the Packers keep this thing rolling, man. They move on into the NFC Championship. But with this game right here, man, it kind of was a little surprising to me because I thought that the Rams had a defense that would have been capable of, slowing Rodgers down at least somewhat, especially the way they played against Russell Wilson in that offense last week in the wild card round. It just didn't pan out like that. And it's not that I want to compare the two. It's just, you think the weapons that they have in Seattle, well, with the receivers and the quarterback who's elite, like, Russell Wilson, even though they look bad, you just expect that to be, I've kind of mostly put that on how great the Rams played last week. I thought the front seven would be able to get Rodgers off of his rhythm. I thought they'll be able to slow down the run game, which they weren't able to do. Aaron Jones had a big game. Pretty much all the running backs for the Packers did a pretty good job. And like I said, man, Aaron Rodgers just had another great game, man. This guy is unstoppable right now. He doesn't look like he's going to slow down anytime soon. And yeah, it's cool to see, bro, because going into this season, they drafted a quarterback. And it seems like that's just what they had to do. We called them crazy for it. We talked about how horrible the Packers drafted. Don't get me wrong, that was a pretty bad draft. But if it paid off like this, hey, man, they were playing some type of 4D chess or something others. But yeah, just like I said, the surprise with this game was just how the Rams defense played. And I don't even know if I want to fault their defense that much. I don't know if that's just a product of how damn good Rodgers has been playing this season and in that game, or just, the Rams defense just wasn't ready. They just kind of looked, I don't know, it just looked like a completely different defense. But yeah, good win by the Packers, man. They moving on into NFC Championship. And yeah, I don't see them slowing down no time soon, man. So let's go ahead and move into the next game. The Buffalo Bills knock off Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens in a game that went the complete opposite of how I expected it to go. I thought this game was going to be a shootout. I thought both of these teams were going to have to, put up a lot of points to win this game. And to my surprise, both defenses came to ball. Wasn't a lot of offense in this game. The score was 17-3. And even though the score was that low, Josh Allen still played a pretty damn good game. He scored when they needed to, and they did just enough. And what's the crazy thing about this game was the weather was bad. Well, not the weather but the wind was crazy out there. So balls were floating. A lot of overthrows happened in this game. And the thing that had me so surprised in this one is that I was kind of leaning towards the Ravens with a game with these type of conditions because the Ravens are a power run team. And the Ravens weren't able to run at all over this Bills defense. And I talked last week about how this defense seemed like they were able to clutch up in the right moments. But I did not expect them to clutch up this much, to hold that Ravens offense to just 3 points in a playoff game like that, especially with the way they looked last week. And the crazy thing is, man, they just weren't able to really get anything going. On the other side of things, the Ravens defense did a damn good job at keeping the score down, and really the Bills offense only put up 10 points. The 17 came from a pick six that Lamar threw. And yeah, it just was it was kind of weird, but it was a very entertaining game. It was one of those defensive games that I enjoy watching. It's not because of the score's not low because of a lot of sloppy play. It's just defenses just weren't letting you get anything. You had to go out and really execute. And it's one of those games where it's like at any given moment, somebody could either pull away in this game, retake the lead, or something like that. Justin Tucker, very uncharacteristically missed 2 kicks in this game, which was kind of a sign to me. I was like, it just seemed like this might not be the Ravens' day because that guy doesn't miss, especially not twice in one game. So that was really weird to see. And the Ravens just made, just like small things like that, man. Just wasn't able to get it together. A lot of bad snaps in this game for the Ravens. One was so bad, it led to Lamar getting injured. Ball got snapped right over his head and got tackled into the end zone, trying to, just get rid of the ball to not lose so many yards. And came down and hit his head down on the ground. And he had to leave the game with a concussion. So the quarterback that came in, I can't even remember his name. I think it was Huntley or something like that. He looked pretty decent, man. But yeah, this Bills defense just was not giving this game away. So yeah, man, what I like about this Bills team is that they find different ways to win. And I thought that the fact that they're not able to really run the ball was going to hurt them in this game. Because even in moments where they were just needing to run out the clock, they were still calling pass plays. It was it was weird. I really thought it was going to cost them this game. Even when Lamar went out, I was like, you can't just keep throwing the ball, man. Y'all have to try to find some type of run game with Josh Allen or something. It just wasn't working for them. But the fact that they were able to pull this game off, like I said, the way that they can find different ways to win games is what I really like about this team. So good win by Buffalo. Shout out to Bills Mafia. I know these guys exciting to have the Bills after all these years who haven't had a playoff win in so many years, moving on into the AFC Championship, man. So shout out to the Bills. Let's get into the next game. The Cleveland Browns playoff run officially comes to an end, and this one I would say was a bit of a heartbreaker, man, because even though I'm not saying I thought the Browns were going to win this game, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't think the Browns were going to win this game, but the fact that they were in this game, they played a damn good game, and why I would say this game was a heartbreaker is because if you watched it, the Browns looked pretty good. They didn't go out there and just basically just choke the game away, and I guess in a sense you can say they did because they did have a chance to win this game, but the way this game played out was the defense was giving up a lot. The Chiefs were getting whatever they wanted early on in this game. And the Browns were having good offensive drives, but they would stop at some of the worst moments. It seemed like they were playing a little nervous and things like that. But when the Browns offense finally did start get things going, the defense started to step up. And you just like, damn, all the Browns just need is like one momentum swing. And when they finally had the opportunity to bring things close, Rashad Higgins caught a pass going towards the end zone, diving for it, and fumbled through the end zone for a touchback. And I was just like, man, that's gonna hurt. Like you can't make those types of mistakes, especially against a team like Kansas City, or a team that at any given moment they can just bust out and score on you. And after that happened, I just was like, man, I think that really might come back to bite the Browns in the ass, But even still after that, they still managed to keep this game pretty close. Patrick Mahomes only was able to throw one touchdown. But the thing is, it wasn't even that, the Chiefs just went out there and put on a crazy offensive performance, They just got converted a lot of first downs when they needed to, moved down the field goal range. And the Browns just weren't able to take advantage of those situations they had. In the third quarter, I believe, Patrick Mahomes went out with an injury. He also went out with a concussion in this game and wasn't able to come back. And Chad Henne came into the game and threw an interception. The Browns went on a long drive, to get into the end zone. And like I said, this offense it was looking pretty damn good, It's just they weren't able to get into the end zone. So I have to give props to the Chiefs defense because even though they bend a lot, they didn't break very often in this game. And the Browns just at the end of it just could not take advantage of those situations where the Chiefs was giving them moments to get back into this game. The Chiefs missed the field goal. They weren't able to really take advantage of it. And like I said, the score is pretty damn close, but it just was one of those games where watching it, you're just like, man, this Chiefs offense is just ridiculous, no matter how much you try to slow them down, all it takes is one moment for them to break away with it. With those weapons like, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, converting those first downs in those key moments, it's hard to stop that, And even at the end of the game, even though Chad Henne, did, almost cost them the damn game. At the end of it, he threw a good pass to get the first down to, basically end this game out. And I just want to say, man, the Browns fans, I know this one stings, bro, but I think this team is good. It's legit. I think y'all going to be around for at least the next 3 to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, bro. This just was the one. Like, they had the Chiefs, the Browns. Jesus, I can't talk. The Browns had a legit chance to win this game. And they just wasn't able to pull it off, man. They didn't get the run game going like I thought they should have, because that's what this team, goes through. And when they finally were able to start getting it going, it was like, damn, it's a little too late, man. You're taking a lot of time to get down the field and get into the end zone. And, it showed. Neither team made too many mistakes. It just was a case of one team was able to execute in the right moments and one team wasn't. And, the Browns, but it was a little too late by the time they actually tried to start getting things going. So like I said, this one kind of hurts me because like I'm not a Browns fan, but I was actually somewhat kind of rooting for them because it's like, just like with the Bills, man, it's nice to see these teams that get turning things around after having so many years of not being good. I mean, this is coming from a Saints fan. This team was pretty much like those two teams at one point. And, it feels good to, when they finally started turning things around and started, actually becoming a winning organization. And, I kind of root for teams that's, in those situations. And, yeah, it sucks. But the Chiefs moving on into the AFC Championship game for another year. And, yeah, that's all I got on that one. So let's move on into this last game. One that I was dreading to talk about. But now we here.
So much pain! So much pain!
Yes, folks, the regular season champions themselves, the New Orleans Saints, have lost yet another playoff game at home to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, man. They weren't able to pull off the 3-game sweep. And I'm going to just start off by saying congratulations to the Buccaneers, man. They haven't been in the playoffs in a while. And getting Tom Brady with those weapons around him has shown that it turned that team around. Like I said, I knew they'd be a very talented team, but yeah, I really thought the Saints would have them this time. And honestly, man, the story of this game was just the Saints and turnovers. We had plenty of chances to put this game away, and every time the Saints got some type of momentum or something like that, they'll make a mistake. This game was mostly depressing to watch more than anything because Drew Brees didn't throw not one, not two, but 3 interceptions. I can't even tell you the last time I've seen Drew Brees throw an interception. Hell, I can't even remember I seen a game where Drew Brees looks this bad, I don't even think he played a game this bad when he played for the Chargers, honestly. And I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I mean, just since he's been with the Saints, I couldn't tell you the last time I seen Drew Brees play a game this bad, bro. And the thing that sucks the most is, we're so used to Brees being the one that bails this team out, and he's actually the main reason we lost this game. Now, I will say Jared Cook played a major role in that because the Saints had a point where we could have went up by 2 scores. And the dude catches a pass on a 3rd down. All he had to do was just get down, man. First down. We keep this drive alive. And he fumbles. An issue Jared Cook has been having a lot of times with the way he carries the ball after catches. And, it came back to bite us in the ass. So, yeah, that was the story of this game. You can't turn the ball over 4 times and expect to win, especially against the Bucs. And I want to give credit to the Saints defense. They did keep us in this game for as long as they could, but there's only so much you could do when, you turn the ball over in your own territory, And, credit to the Bucs. They took advantage of every time they got a turnover. Whenever Brees threw an interception, they would score off of it. After the fumble, I think they went down and I think kicked the field goal, but they put up points. Just about 20 of their points came off of turnovers by the Saints. You can't win games like that. We had a cool play, I would say, from Jameis, getting a play against his old team on a trick play. Basically the same play we got to see last week when a wild card round against Chicago. That was the dropped deep pass from Trubisky to Javon Williams. That was cool to see. But honestly, man, I will say, bro, this was a pretty good game. And what stings the most about this one is the Saints. We pretty much fucked moving forward, with the cap trouble we're in and the amount of people that needs to get paid. I mean, this team pretty much about to get blown up. And, sadly, I'm kind of numb to us losing in the playoffs. But this one stings a little more because of watching Drew Brees go out and play just that bad, seeing how disappointed he was, watching him leave the field, basically looking like this is it, It was kind of sad to see, man. But hey, that's part of the game, and the Saints weren't a better team this week, So, yeah, shout out to Tampa Bay. They get them a dub, and they're moving on into the next round, facing off Aaron Rodgers for a rematch in the NFC Championship game. But that's all I got, man. Probably have a video coming up real soon to make some predictions about the championship rounds and a couple of other news and updates we've been getting. I know it's been a lot of other videos I've been wanting to put out, but just been kind of busy lately. So the only thing I've been able to really get done is these recaps and some of these predictions. But I do have a lot of other things I want to get out to you guys. So like I said, if you can, hit that subscribe button. Still on the road to 100. And make sure to follow us over on Instagram and Twitter. Going to be trying to keep people updated over on those two. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and a comment down below. But with that, I'm out.